Three weeks after Typhoon Mangkhut whipped through Hong Kong, workers are still busy removing fallen branches, logs and debris, and racing to restore damaged infrastructure. Life, for most, has returned to normal, but can the same be said for those in remote areas and outlying islands? Not according to some post-typhoon cleanup volunteers. Let's just say the cleanup process is going to take a very long time if we do nothing and wait for the government to take action, says Kitti Chan Tung-pi, a Sai Kung resident. Volunteers from different districts across the city have been rallying for support on social media platforms to restore normality in what they consider the hardest-hit areas, including Sai Kung, Luk Kang, Ap Chau, Tung Lung Chau, Lai Kai Wo, Tap Moon, Grass Island, Po Toi Island and Kutto. For these remote districts, normal may be a long way off. Chan, a full-time teacher who works in the afternoon, was in Sai Kung's Taiwan picking up trash last Friday. She had spent every morning over the previous 9 days removing rubbish washed to shore on beaches and islands in Sai Kung during the typhoon. Typhoon Mangkhut felled 46,000 trees. Will they end up in landfill? One morning, I spent almost 4 hours removing polystyrene particles from the surface of the water using a plastic basket as a sieve, says Chan, who filled 7 garbage bags that time. I didn't want to stop because the current kept bringing polystyrene particles to the waterfront, but I had to leave for work. Chan has been recruiting other volunteers to help on her mission. She admits the process is not easy as she has little time outside her job and cleanups to seek volunteers online. The largest group of volunteers she managed to recruit was 15. Together, they filled almost 40 large garbage bags with rubbish they had collected from cleaning up around Sai Kung. Chan's busy schedule appears to have taken a toll on her health as well. Tugging on the collar of her rash guard, she reveals a large lump at the base of her neck. I probably should get my thyroid gland checked out. But as long as it doesn't kill me, I'll keep doing what I need to do. A fellow volunteer, Lawrence Tai, says he was inspired to join her cleanup as a way to connect with the community. Tai, a 20-something civil servant and water sports enthusiast, visits Sai Kung often. It would be irresponsible to continue playing water sports without contributing to the cleanup effort, he says. Tai admits it is sometimes easier said than done. It's especially challenging when you have to deal with tiny bits of waste, like polystyrene particles, or large pieces of junk that are impossible to remove without special tools, he says, pointing to a boat that had been washed to shore. Professional diver Chan Wai-leung, joining the cleanup for the first time, says he has observed a growing amount of rubbish accumulating on the seabed over the past 2 decades. Sea urchins used to hide among rocks. Now, they hide behind rubbish, says Chan, who is also a diving instructor. Having seen the sheer volume of waste Mangkhut left in its wake, the diver says he feels even more helpless. Selfish? Not Hong Kongers, as post-typhoon cleanup efforts show. Between Wednesday and Saturday last week, Kitti Chan called the 1823 government hotline, left 2 messages with the Food and Environmental Hygiene Department (FEHD), and made 2 unreturned phone calls to the Home Affairs Department to ask for help to collect the bags of rubbish she and the other volunteers had collected. Last Saturday, the FEHD told her it had sent workers to Sha Ha Beach in Sai Kung, one of the locations where Chan and other volunteers had been cleaning, to collect the rubbish. On Yim Tin Sai, a small island off Sai Kung, the combined efforts of volunteers and villagers have reopened previously blocked roads. The typhoon felled about 20 trees and badly damaged a path leading to the mangroves. But, according to an organization dedicated to promoting environmental conservation on the island, Yim Tin Sai is not in the clear yet. We just don't have enough manpower and tools to cut and remove fallen trees, says a spokesman from the Salt and Light Preservation Center. Some 50 volunteers and villagers have already pitched in for the cleanup effort. Villagers and volunteers on Tung Ping Chau appear to face a similar problem. Chow Village Chief Vicky Yuan Su-ying says that while government departments have been sending workers to collect waste gathered by residents and volunteers, many roads on the island remain blocked. There are still trees and large pieces of rubbish, like refrigerators, lying around the island. We can't remove them by ourselves, Yuan says. This is not the only obstacle to the residents' and volunteers' efforts. With just 4 regular ferry rides between Marlu Shui and the island every week, the time volunteers are able to spend there is limited. Stanley Chan Cam White, conservation manager at Llama Corner, an eco-friendly store based on Llama Island, says the biggest issue volunteers there face is the overwhelming amount of rubbish, particularly in So Kwu-1, Shek Pai-1 in Tung-o, and at the Pak Kok Suen waterfront. Llama Corner will be organizing its 3rd post-Mangkhut cleanup on Sunday in Pak Kok Suen. On Thursday this week, Kitti Chan spent the morning cleaning in Pak Ma Sui. "I'm at my wit's end," she says, standing in a mound of polystyrene. "There are only 3 of us today, so it's going to take a while. But I'm certainly not giving up."